So in this video, we're going to be talking about solving compound inequalities. And so we can solve these compound inequalities by actually solving two inequalities separately. So for the OR inequality, that's pretty simple. It's already separated out into two different inequalities. So you're just solving both of those separately and then combining your answer. With an AND inequality, there's really two different ways that we could do it. One of the ways is we can actually rewrite it as two different inequalities. So for example, for 3 is less than x plus 4 is less than or equal to 11, I can rewrite this as first 3 is less than x plus 4. And then I can rewrite the other part as x plus 4 is less than or equal to 11. And then I would go ahead and solve both of those inequalities. So that's going to be one way. So I'll show that way for this first problem, and then I'll show the other method in the second problem. So I'm going to solve each of these. I'm going to graph the solution. So I'm going to first separate this into two different inequalities. So that means I'm going to have first negative 4 is less than x minus 2. And my other one is going to be x minus 2 is less than 3. So let's go ahead and solve that first one first. So I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And I get negative 2 is less than x. Solving this one, I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And I get x is less than 5. So I have negative 2 is less than x, and x is less than 5, and so I can combine that into one inequality to be negative 2 is less than x, which is less than 5. And if I wanted to write that in interval notation, that would be parentheses negative 2, 5, since I'm not including my endpoints. And then it says to graph it. Negative 2, I have 5. I have open circles above since it's not included, and since this is an AND statement, I'm going to connect my points. So that's one method that you can do. Another method is to go ahead and leave it in this format and solve it kind of like you would for a normal equation, but now instead of just one inequality, there's two. So when I'm isolating this x, I want to first subtract the 1 like we would if this was a normal equation. But when I'm subtracting the 1, I need to subtract it from both sides. So I need to subtract it from the 9, and I need to subtract it from the negative 3. So I have negative 3 minus 1, I get negative 4 is less than negative 2x, which is less than or equal to 9 minus 1, which is 8. And now to get rid of that negative 2, I'm going to divide by negative 2. But when I'm divided by negative 2, I need to divide all 3. So I need to divide the 8, and I need to divide the negative 4. And here we need to be careful. I'm dividing by a negative 2. So remember from our last lesson, that means I need to flip my inequalities. So now I have negative 4 divided by negative 2 is positive 2. Instead of less than, I have greater than x. Instead of less than or equal to, I have greater than or equal to negative 4. So if 2 is greater than x, which is greater than or equal to negative 4, I can flip that all around so it looks like how we would normally write it to be negative 4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 2. And if I want to rewrite that interval notation, that would be square bracket negative 4, comma 2. And then we're looking at graphing that. Negative 4 has a less than or equal to it, so I'm going to have a closed circle. 2 is just strictly less than, so it's going to be an open circle. And I'll connect my points.